Hi, this is Winn Claybaugh. Welcome to my Best of Masters audio blog. For over 20 years, I have interviewed hundreds of the most successful leaders in and out of the beauty industry for Masters Audio Club. Next up is one of my favorite clips. Listen, learn, and enjoy.
When I say teaching, I don't mean only how to color hair, because when I teach, I try to, and I hope I accomplish this. People tell me that I do. I try to inspire people to look at things differently and not just putting color on or put your foil this way. It's not about that. It's about enjoying your work, doing a job that you really enjoy on each client and each day.
How do you teach that? Or how do you inspire that was the word you used.
Okay, how I think I inspire it is because I felt that if you're stressed out at work, there's two reasons. One is you're not organized,
Right.
okay? Or the other is you don't know enough. And when you don't know enough, you're very stressed, like, oh my gosh, I hope it turns out. I hope this works. I hope she's going to like it, which means that you're not communicating well or you don't know your matter.
Okay.
So I feel that's why the education is so important. You have to know your matter. You have to know your product. You have to know how it works. You have to know your client. You have to know how to communicate with them. And if you learn well and study well and do well, you're not stressed out. And then you're going to enjoy yourself.
And it's coming from that place that you feel like you're able to teach and inspire other people to enjoy what they do.
Okay, Winn.
So what you're saying is, to be a good teacher, you have to be a good student, a
yes,
good learner.
Absolutely. And you have to be wide open and learn every day. Now, I was at TSA yesterday, as you know, and I met a friend of mine. And I asked her how she liked TSA, and she said it sucked. She says, oh, the speakers were boring. I didn't like this class, I didn't like that class, and this guy's funny, but how does that have anything to do with what we do? And she went down the list of how she did not like anything.
Right.
And I go, you didn't like anything? She goes, and that guy was too loud. And I said, okay, this person, his glass is too full. His glass is too full. They're coming from a place where they feel like they can learn nothing. And they have only been doing hair for 15 years. I've been doing hair for 30 years. And I came away from that enriched, excited. Today I sat in the salon with my general manager. We went through all these things that we could try, and get our staff all excited. We were so excited. And I was reflecting on that today. I go, how could you not get one thing out of it?
Well, so funny is, I used to send people to education, and when they get home, how was it? Spending all this money on plane tickets and tuition, how was it? I didn't like the food. Who cares what you thought about the food? Who asked you to go there and critique the food?
Exactly.
Don't critique the attendees, don't critique the food, the venue, the music, who was too loud, it's not your job. What'd you learn?
Actually, when in that vein, let me just say a story that actually Yosh told me years ago, about 20 years ago.
How much do you love that man, Yosh?
He's very inspirational and he's very wise, and I've definitely learned a lot from him. And this story actually was probably maybe 25 years ago he told me the story. And I have lived by this, and I can say it changed the way I think. Because every once in a while we get quite cocky, myself included. But I think about this and it definitely gives me a turnaround. And the story is this. There was an American professor who was studying Buddhism. And he studied and studied and studied relentlessly. Every book, every person in the United States that he could speak to and so on. And studied like crazy all about Buddhism. And then he decided he needed more. So he was going to go to Japan. There was the Grand Master over there, and he was going to go to the Grand Master and study more and learn more. So he gets there, and he has his audience with the Grand Master, and he's on and on, talking for a very long time. And at the end of it, he says, well, what do you think? So the Grand Master takes a glass, an empty glass, and a pitcher of water. And he starts filling the glass. And he's pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, and the glass is full and it's overflowing, and he keeps pouring. And finally, the American student says, Master, do you not see that the glass is overflowing? And he says, I do. He says, and this is you. He says, you have so much information that there is no place for anything new. And unless you empty your glass, even just a little bit, there is nothing more that you can receive. And that had so much impact on me. So I feel like we need to empty our glass a little bit or a lot every single day.